welcome to the Brawling Pit. We talk about all things casual and kitchen table magic, like Brawl and EDH. You're listening to episode 41. I'm Johnathan Tang, and he is Jacob.
Ahoy!
Wow, you really don't get tired of that, do you?
No, I'm all in on this one.
Oh my gosh.
It's getting to be a problem, actually. It's like seeping into my normal everyday speech. So now I'll meet like someone brand new, you know, and I'll say ahoy, but it's like, oh crap. Like,
do they find you weird or?
Yeah. It's like, it's totally the greeting that you give to your friends, but like not to someone that you've never met before.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, but now it's, I did that the other day when I was meeting some new people, and I was like, ahoy, and then they were good sports about it, thank God.
Well,
like,
thank God. But
yeah, it could have gone bad, really.
Speaking of people you've never met, though, we have some mechanics that we've never met until very recently.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean,
what are they?
So Ravnica Allegiance is coming out on January 25th of 2019. I almost said 2018. But we gotta remember it's a new year.
Yeah, it's really, dude, I hate that. So like when you remember like when you're in school or whatever, and I'm like talking like grade school or high school, and you like write your name and stuff and all the date. Alright? Like for like the first month, I was the worst at this. Like the new year would happen and I'd still be writing like, you know.
Because you're so used to writing, you know, the previous year. You spent the entire year practicing that, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, but it wasn't just the year though. That's my problem. It would be like the month as well. I'd be writing like the previous month, like the first few days.
Yeah.
So this was like a regular thing that happened with me. I just suck at writing this, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just the worst.
Yeah, oh my gosh. But yeah, Ravnica Allegiance. If you're watching us on YouTube right now, you will see these new backgrounds moving in the video that goes with the new set.
Dude, I can totally see it right now.
Exactly,
I can see it without seeing it. It's almost like it hasn't been made yet.
Yeah, jeez. Exactly.
But it looks really good. It looks really good, and I'm totally looking at it right now.
Absolutely amazing. So, there are 5 guilds, like the last set. Azorius, Rakdos, Brule, Orzhov, and Simic. Damn. Some spicy guilds in here. That's like 5. No, that's 5. Not a lot.
That's a lot.
No, that's like just the right number.
No, it's a lot.
That's half of Ravnica's guilds, which is like 5.
That's a lot. They have 3 sets for this.
Yeah, next set is all 10. So get ready, guys. I actually don't know. They haven't talked about next set. So
it could be.
It could be they started mixing things and it will become
there could also just not be a next set.
Yeah, and oh boy.
The world could end and I mean there's no more magic.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going something else. I don't want to piss off the PR people at Wizards anymore.
Oh no.
So
no. I mean I have no idea what possible other thing I could be implying with that, but I was implying the world might end by then. Yeah.
We have nothing about Wizards. We're shills. We're total shills.
We are? We are. I mean, what's a shill? What's a shill?
I don't know what a shill is.
I only know... The only thing I know is praising Magic the Gathering and Wizards of the Coast and nothing negative about them at all.
Yeah, exactly. It was never bad.
Yeah.
How do we live with ourselves?
We do it like this. We just keep going. We're the Energizer Bunny. We keep going.
All right, so Azorius, their mechanic is Addendum. There are a number of cards that are instants, but if you cast it during your main phase, they get an extra bonus. All right.
I actually really like this mechanic. Like in theory, you know, it's like because typically you don't want to main phase your instants and instance speed stuff.
No,
typically, you know, like sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
But usually you don't.
Yeah.
So in theory, this addendum should be a great incentivizer to play differently with your cards.
Oh yeah, it's very interesting.
As far as if we'll actually see that, you know, being a draw to play them differently, or if it's like totally a useless mechanic, is yet to be determined.
Yeah.
But I think this is I'm excited to see the power level of these cards.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Rakdos has Spectacle, which is you may cast a spell for a spectacle cost rather than its mana cost if an opponent lost life this turn. And there are plenty of enablers for this. So there are things that says at the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent loses 1 life or something like that. So there are plenty of ways to get you there for you to be able to cast your spectacle spells.
Yep.
It's like a party,
Thanks.
right? It's
Yeah,
like
I think
yeah.
there are a few cards that I'm particularly interested in evaluating and going over that have the spectacle cost.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, not all the cards have been spoiled yet. We're just going over the cards that we are looking at. We at the time
yes.
that are available to us at the time of the recording. So,
And by the time that this actually gets in your hand, there'll likely be many more that we will not have gotten to talk about. So you're lucky. You in the future, you're lucky.
Yeah, you in the future. Yeah, we have less than half the cards available to us right now, and you have a lot more. So I'm jealous.
Yeah, it must be nice.
Rule has Riot, not the Riot Games Riot. They spell the same way, but this creature enters the battlefield with your choice of a +1/+1 counter or haste.
I love this mechanic. Just, I don't know. I'm really excited for this one in particular for some reason. But maybe it's because I'm a girl player. I'm a Naya player.
Yeah, I love this mechanic too. It just so turns out. I don't know. I'm a Jun player, so this is a really good mechanic. It's also in those colors.
Jun is a great color trio. Naya and Jun forever, dude.
Yep. Next up, we have... Actually, no. I'm more of I'm Jun when Jeskai is not available to me. Yep. I'm definitely a Jeskai player.
I mean, red-white is respectable.
Yep. Alright, next up, we have Orzhov, which has Afterlife. When this creature dies, create N11 white and black spirit creature tokens with flying. The N is the number after the Afterlife keyword.
I'm really looking forward to this particular mechanic. Maybe not the most, but it can make some really unplayable cards playable.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
well, because I mean, like, remember Doom Traveler?
Like, oh yeah.
That card is just like there are 1,000,001 just 1-mana 1/1.
Yeah, that's literally Afterlife 1. Doom Traveler. Yeah. It's a good card.
Yeah, like this Afterlife mechanic. Well, I mean, I guess you could say that about all mechanics.
Yep.
But like, I think Afterlife is one of those mechanics. I think in particular that are interesting. They're cool, and they're easy to balance, and they can make some cards really playable. So
yep. When something dies, leave something behind. So
yeah,
it's pretty good.
Yeah, and that's one of the stronger things you can have on a creature.
Yeah. All right. The last one for the Simic, we have Adept, which is if this creature has no +1/+1 counters on it, put N +1/+1 counters on it, and the N is the number after the keyword Adept. This is a modified version of Monstrosity.
I mean, yeah.
I would say it's it's at the similar vein, right? But it's hard to say if it's better or worse because for Monstrosity, yeah,
I would probably say it's better in a vacuum. And what I mean by that is like, so Monstrosity, okay, Monstrosity had the same thing. You can pay a cost, which depends on the card, and then you know, you can put counters on it. But once it became monstrous, it was monstrous forever.
Yeah.
Adept, as long as it just doesn't have any counters on it, you can activate the adapt.
Yeah, so
the only difference in this execution, and that's why I say in a vacuum, is that like if the usually when cards with monstrous became monstrous, they had an effect. Almost always they had an effect that came with it. Whereas with adapt, you know, there might not be an effect just for that creature.
Yeah, it doesn't have that strong effect. However, if you move your counters or something, you get to do it again. So yeah.
And I suspect that's just kind of like, that's one of Orzhov's, that's one of Simic's little, that's like their thing, you know, like they can move counters, especially in this set I've seen so far. I look forward to seeing their move counter sticks.
What do you think so far? These 5 mechanics.
Well, I'm biased against green blue, but otherwise they all look actually pretty decent.
All right, so your favorite is the Adept mechanic. I think my favorite is actually...
No, my favorite is not the Adapt mechanic. It can't be. probably Riot.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah.
My favorite is
Yeah.
definitely Riot. We'll see if we change our mind after we review some of the cards and talk about some of the interactions that we are seeing right now. But Riot is looking really good right now.
It needs to be. Red should always be good.
Oh yeah, I mean, Riot partnered with Marvel to make a comic book series.
No. I heard about that.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's more gate support too.
There are more gate support. We'll talk about that as well. Even though not all the cards are available to us to see, we will be able to talk about them. Yup.
You remember that Maze's Zen deck
Yes.
back in the day? Oh,
Yep.
that's nostalgic.
Yeah. Still. I've lost to it in Commander.
Oh.
I've lost to it in Standard.
Oh no. Even worse.
Yeah, it's a lot easier for them to pull it off in Commanders. It's a stupid combo.
Don't they also play what is it, Door to Nothingness?
Oh yeah, they do. But
Just because they can.
the one time I lost to it, they scape shift and they put all their gates on the battlefield, and then with the mace end, and that's about it.
Oh. Yeah, I mean that's game over.
Instant speed, scape shift. Yeah, they did
That's
it with
really
Token Ori.
I think that's really fair. That sounds
Yeah,
like a really
it sounds like a fair
mechanic
deck.
to me. Yeah.
Yep. Wow. That brings back some tears.
Tears of joy or tears of sorrow or pity.
Yep. Well, while we enjoy my sorrow of pity, let's talk about some of the cards with addendum on them already that are available to us. With emergency powers, which is 5 white-blue for an instant, that says each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into their library, then draw 7. You exile an emergency powers. The addendum is, if you cast this spell during your main phase, you may put a permanent card with converted mana cost 7 or less from your hand onto the battlefield.
Now, personally, I don't like Wheel of Fortune type effects.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that you get to do this and then put a 7-drop out, I'm curious.
Only
I'm
on your
hesitant
main
to
phase,
say-
though. Only on your main phase.
Yeah, on your main. Yeah, sure, on your main phase. That's why I say I'm hesitant to say this is like gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm curious.
It does draw your opponent 7 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or your opponent.
That's why I don't like it. I don't like
Yeah,
Wheel of Fortune type effects.
I don't know about this card. I mean, I can potentially see it become broken. It depends on what the 7-drop is. And it's going to be a lot harder in Commander and Brawl for you to get the 7-drop you want than in Standard. Because in Standard, the 7-drop is going to be a 4-of. Or you have multiple different 7-drops that are desirable, and then you can just... It's just like a Rampy deck.
Yeah, I don't know.
Seems odd.
This one, it's suspicious.
Yeah.
We'll say that. This could go either way, I think.
Yeah. I mean, but the format is actually pretty slow right now, so maybe I can see the control deck running this. I just don't know what they would put because the control deck doesn't run permanents.
Yeah, that's the issue.
So, and there are 2 more cards with addendum that are available to us. Faceless Insights is 2 white-blue for an instant that says draw 2 cards. Addendum: if you cast a spell during your main phase, you gain 2 life.
I actually I really like this card because it's vanilla rate. Like instant speed draw 2 is about 4 mana usually. So and then if you're digging because you're about to die, then you get to gain 2 life.
Or you
So
really
I
want your
think
5th land.
Yeah. So it's like I think this card is they got right. I think they got this card right.
I think this card's alright. I would probably cast this at instant speed a lot more than I cast it at sorcery.
Oh
phase.
yeah. I don't think you wouldn't be like, well, I want to gain the 2 life, you know, but I have lands and I'm not like digging for something immediately.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So like the extra 2 life is nice though if you're about to die.
Oh
and
yeah.
you're really digging for something. Yeah. Or if you're like just trying to find your 5th land and you don't have it. Yeah. So I mean I'm not saying this is like an amazing card. I mean, it's still. I would basically just treat this as it's vanilla, but it has a slight upside. There's a little bit of gravy with it too.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so they got the addendum on this one, right?
They got the
think.
addendum right, yeah.
Yep.
A very similar card next up. Precognitive Perception is 3 blue for an instant that says draw 3 cards. So for 1 more mana and mono blue this time, you draw 3 instead of 2. But addendum, if you cast a spell during your main phase, instead scry 3 and then you draw 3 cards. This card I can see myself casting at Sorcery Speed.
Yeah, and actually, once again, this is the vanilla rate. 5 for 3 at instant speed is usually about vanilla.
Yeah.
And this addendum is actually quite good.
Yep.
This is quite a good addendum.
Because scrying 1 is usually drawing half a card, but there's some dimension return. So every extra scry you get is like a little bit less. So this is like draw 4 cards, basically.
Yeah. So I think this is a good one. I think this is probably the best addendum card of all the ones that we've seen so far.
Yep. Are there more that we have seen? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. So like of the ones we've seen so far, I think this is the best addendum card.
Damn.
No, I mean not that it had a ton of competition, but still,
Yep.
it's pretty good. I like it. And just to be clear, of the ones that we've talked about so far, Sphinx's Insight has the best art. I'm just putting that out there.
Oh yeah, Sphinx's Insight is really good looking.
Yep. Just saying. If you can't see it, I'm sorry. I'm not going to try and describe it either because it would be a disservice to the card.
All right, let's talk about Spectacle. We'll make a Spectacle first before we talk about Spectacle. I don't know how.
Well, we could blast some police sirens or something and make everybody think they're getting pulled over and
let's not do that.
we
Let's not do that. That'll always throw me off when I'm driving.
I hate that. Like ads with like sirens or something on them. Like I hate those. They're the worst.
Oh
like on the radio or something. Those should be illegal. They should be.
Oh my gosh.
Hashtag make them illegal. Criminalize sirens on the radio. I can't be the only one. Come on.
No, you can't.
Okay.
You're probably not the only one.
Okay.
But still, no.
All right. What do we got?
Go for it.
Oh, you want me to do it? Okay. So in Spectacle, we've just got a few cards so far. The first one that we're gonna go over is Spawn of Mayhem. 2 black for 4 CMC, 4/4 demon. With Spectacle, 1 black. And as you know, Spectacle, you can cast any card for the Spectacle cost if an opponent loses life this turn. So Spawn of Mayhem is a 4/4 flying trample demon at the beginning of your upkeep. Spawn of Mayhem deals 1 damage to each player. And then if you have 10 or less life, you get to put a 1/1 counter on Spawn of Mayhem. Talk about enabling further Spectacle cards.
I'm just gonna say, that's quite a spectacle.
I love this card.
Yeah, it's a good card.
This card is great.
It's a good mythic.
I really hope that like John Dagger or something makes it into standard.
It's an amazing mythic. So, without the spectacle, it's a 4-drop for a 4/4 flying trample.
That's not bad either on its own.
Yeah.
It enables Spectacle. While if you're an aggressive strategy, it's also pinging them every turn. Which it's just 1 damage, but like if this guy sticks a couple turns, you got some good value.
Yep, it's pretty over at that time.
Yeah.
Yep. Next up, we have Rixmati Reveler, which is 1 and a red for a 2/2 human shaman with Spectacle, 2 black. So gotta pay attention here is a black-red color identity.
It's also interesting how they made the Spectacle cost, more than the actual card cost.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do that.
Sometimes you do that. So, when it enters the battlefield, you discard a card and then you draw a card. However, if the Spectacle cost was paid, instead, you discard your hand and then you draw 3 cards. So, note if you have no cards in hand, you still draw those cards. You just don't discard. So I can see why it costs more because you draw 2 more cards.
I like this card.
This card's
Good
great.
card. Even in limited, I mean, like if you're like limited and you got you need a couple bears. Even if you're in sealed, you still want a couple
Oh
bears.
yeah,
you know?
yeah. In sealed is good, and even in draft is good. I mean, there are not as many cards that you want to put in the graveyard as the last set, but
Yeah, but like even when you're getting low, yeah, if you're getting low on resources or your hand just is terrible, then
oh yeah. But I think this can go nuts in standard. Because
yeah,
you're just putting all your cards into your graveyard to you fuel Undergrowth, you're fueling Jumpstart, things like that. So
yeah. This is another card that I'm gonna keep my eye on. There's potential.
yep. In Commander,
Potential.
it fuse Madness.
It does.
That's Madness.
What else do we have here?
We have Drill Bits, which is 2 and a black for a sorcery with Spectacle Blight. Target player reviews their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. And we have Duress in the format right now.
Yeah, I think I'd rather just like play Thoughtseize over this.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather not deal with the spectacle. Like, I'd rather just give me Thoughtseize instead.
Yep. It's weird. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, this card is really suspicious. I'm not saying it will not see play, but I'm not.
I mean,
my hopes aren't too high for it.
Duress is in standard. Is in
Yeah.
core 19, and there's also Divest, which is also in standard.
Yeah.
And those are like the premium hand attack. I don't know if you want to pay 2 extra mana for it. For the, you're paying 2 extra mana for the versatility that you can get rid of both non-creature and creatures.
Yeah.
So I do want to point out that when I was looking at the art, I'm like, I don't know what the heck is going on.
This art looks like a nightmare, man. Looks like this is a nightmare fuel.
Yeah, there's this guy who was crowd serving, and someone's about to focus.
Well, I don't know if you could say it's crowd surfing. I think maybe they're holding them up there.
Oh,
Like he doesn't want to be there.
well, I don't know. It looks like he's laughing more than he's
I don't
screaming.
know. Yeah, it's tough.
Yep.
That's tough. I'm gonna stop looking at this card now.
All right, what do we have next then?
We have Acrobat. Yeah, it's like Acrobat, but there's an H at the beginning. Acrobat.
What the heck?
No, I'm leaving.
What does this do?
I told you I left. That pun was so bad I died.
Don't die. Dying is painful.
It doesn't have to be. Anyways, we have Acrobat. It's a 1 black-red for 2/3 human rogue. Spectacle cost is just black-red. So if you manage to get the spectacle cost off, 2 mana 2/3 is pretty good.
Yeah, that's
And it
better than
does
bear.
have 2 abilities. You can pay black and gain Death Touch till end of turn, or you can pay red and gets +2, -2 till end of turn.
Jeez.
This is most obviously a very aggressive card.
Oh yeah. Well,
It
you can play
incentivizes
both
the-
defensively and aggressively.
You could, but I think like this card wants to slot into an aggressive deck
Yeah.
because like the special cost makes it a 2 mana 2/3, and the second ability definitely makes this a really great attacker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
No one
The
wants to block
Acrobat-
this thing.
whether it'll be good enough for constructed is up in the air, but I suspect this will be a decent pick in limited.
Yeah, probably one of the higher picks based on the cards
Yeah.
we've seen so far.
Yeah, it's fairly statted, it's okay at 3 mana 2. 3 mana 2/3 is not that great. It's okay, but not really. 2 mana
Yep.
2/3 is obviously amazing.
Yeah.
And but like the fact that it can gain Death Touch or pump itself it's gonna be relevant.
All right. Next up, we have Light Up the Stage. Sounds like a spectacle already. So it's 2 and a red.
Literally, yeah. This card so far, I'm looking at this art. This card is literally the embodiment of spectacle.
Yeah. So it is 2 and a red for sorcery with spectacle red. Exile the top 2 cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You may pay those cards the end of your next turn. So you have basically 2 turns to play, 3 turns to play it, including opponent's turn. I think it's a really good red draw spell.
I think this is a good card. Yeah. This could be like the fact, even if it said you have until the end of this turn to play them, that would still be okay. But the fact that you get this turn and next turn to play them,
Yeah, what
like
the
it.
heck?
I like it. I really do.
I think this will be a relatively high pick. If you're well, actually I take it back. If you're an aggressive red, this will be a really good card. It may slot into the red deck win right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough to say what anything will be in standard, but like as far as like limited, I think this will be a good card.
Yeah.
Even if you're like mid-range splashing red, it's like drawing 2 for red, or even just drawing 2 in red for 3. Like this is divination. Like that's vanilla divination. 3 for 2.
It is. It's
If you
really...
don't get the special, I mean, yes, you're restricted by the fact that you have to cast them by the following turn. I think but for the fact that this is red and not blue, I think that's pretty fair. That's a fair trade-off.
Yeah, I think so too. What do we have next?
Well, the last spectacle card that's available to us at this moment in time is Rafter Demon. And if you look at the art, he's up in the rafters, just saying. And he's a 2 black-red, 4 CMC, for a 4/2 demon, I think I already said, with spectacle, 3 black-red. So he actually costs more for the spectacle cost. And by the way, just as a reminder, the spectacle cost is in May. So if an opponent has lost life this turn, you don't have to pay the extra mana if you don't want to. Now, when Raptor Demon enters the battlefield, if its spectacle cost was paid, each opponent discards a card. I'm not a fan of this one. Really not.
What?
Yeah, well, like, if you don't play for the spectacle cost, it's not that good. 4 mana, 4/2. It doesn't have flying, no evasion.
Yeah.
And, you know,
I think
5 mana, 4/2. Each opponent pitches a card. I don't think still isn't that good.
Yeah. All it does is passes the vanilla test. Totally.
Yeah, yes. That's what it does.
All right.
You know, eventually someone's going to come in and be like, these guys don't know what they're talking about.
Dude, I mean, if people don't get sarcasm.
Wow. Wow. Okay, before we make everybody leave, what do we have going on next here?
We have both of our favorite mechanics, Riot. The first card is Gruul Spellbreaker, which is 1 red green for a 3/3 Ogre Warrior. Ooh, more cards for the Najila deck. It has Riot and Trample. As long as it is your turn, you and Gruul Spellbreaker have Hexproof.
I'm just gonna say, if green red X aggro is a thing, this is a 4-of.
Yeah.
Like I could. It's just so obvious. Like if green red X aggro is a deck in standard, this is a 4-of.
Yep.
Okay. Like 3 mana 3/3 haste. That's good. Like it actually passed the vanilla test.
It actually does.
Has haste.
Yep.
Or if you don't want to have haste for whatever reason, you can have a counter on it. 3 mana 4/4 is also quite
harder
good.
to kill. I mean, it's not like it's not hard to kill already. It messes with your opponent's burn deck because now they cannot burn you during your turn.
They have to do it in response.
Yep.
So I love this card.
Yep.
I really want Green Red Aggro to be a thing.
Yep. This is a great card.
And plus the art makes me thirsty. I don't know why.
It's like it has like juices popping off that thing that he smashed.
Yeah.
Looks like some container. Maybe some juice. I don't know.
It's rum. I don't know.
It's ramen.
I have no idea.
Ooh, ramen sounds good right now.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get some rum right now. We're gonna get wasted. This is a wasted. This is a wasted podcast now.
All right, let's get some rum.
Okay.
All right.
This is a cool card.
All right, go for
you ready?
I'm ready.
This is Scarrigan Hellkite. 3
Ooh.
red, 5 mana CMC for a 4/4 dragon with Riot. Flying, obviously. So this is our 5 mana 4/4 haster.
Obviously.
With flying, of course. Yeah. So for 3 in a red, you can cast Fork Bolt. No, I'm serious. 3 in a red, Scarrigan Hellkite deals 2 damage divided as you choose between 1 or 2 targets.
Well, you can only do it though if you didn't choose
there's a
haste.
downside.
Yeah.
You can only do it if you chose not to give it haste.
Yeah.
So that is a little bit of a downside because normally you want your 4/4 flyer to have haste.
Yeah. Is it really a downside though? It might be.
Well, I don't know. That's a tough one to say for right now.
Are you playing aggressively or defensively?
That's true. So if you're in a defensive posture, then you probably will not take the haste option of Riot, and that way you'll have Forked Bolt available to you. And Forked Bolt was a good card, by the way. If you're doubting me, no, it was a good card.
I absolutely love the versatility of Riot so far because you get to... There's so many directions you can go. Depending on the situation you're in, you can either go with the aggressive option or you can go with the defensive option.
The sad part that I'm a little disappointed in, it feels like with the way that the Riot cards are shaping so far, and this is totally a feel thing because we don't have that many cards to look at so far, is that like optimally mid-range decks that aren't aggressive will want these more.
Yeah.
That's not to say that aggro can't use them. Obviously, aggro would love haster guys, but you know.
I do want to point out that you can put the +1/+1 counter on there later. So you don't have to use the Riot to enable the Forked Bolt.
That's true. Yep. You can just put a counter on it.
Yep.
So I think if you're in a red deck though, and you're not in green, you're gonna have a hard time getting a counter on this guy though. If you didn't take it with the Riot.
Yeah.
So maybe green red X mid range might be a thing.
Yep. Maybe.
In which case that would be, you would probably have some options to get counters on your flying dragon.
Yep.
Sorry, your flying Dargon.
Flying Dargon.
Yes, Dargon. Because you typo and you type DAR instead of DRA. Yeah, Dargon. So Scarrigan Hellkite, really looking forward to playing with this guy.
Yep.
What do we got next?
We have Ravager Worm, which is 3 red, green for 4/5 worm with Riot.
Gross, dude.
I mean, it's alright. It's eating a things from old Ravnica.
That's true.
Eating a griffin, eating a griffin from old Ravnica. Yeah.
It is.
So
well, I mean, I'm immediately repulsed by how this thing passes the vanilla test already.
Oh yeah, 6 for 4/5 with Riot. When it enters the battlefield, choose up to 1. So you don't get to choose 2, unfortunately. You can choose 0 if you want, but it's Ravager Worm fights target creature you don't control. Or you destroy target land with an activated ability that isn't a mana ability. Which makes sense because if they have an Emrakul and they don't have any special lands, well, you don't want to fight Emrakul with Ravager Worm.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This just doesn't feel right to me.
Yeah.
Something just rubs me the wrong way.
I mean, it comes in to fight something. And it's easier for you to fight that thing, by the way, if you chose the +1/+1 option.
No, actually, no, I take it back. No, this card's great. I take it back. Green red X mid range is a thing. This card isn't it. No, I take it back. This card's great.
Yeah. Basically, 6 for 5/6 fight something, or 6 for 4/5 haste.
Just having the fight option is like the only it is literally the thing redeeming this card.
I mean, there are things like Mace of Ith in standard. I mean, sort of. So being able to destroy something is great too. There are plenty of special lands from Domineer.
True.
Yeah.
All right, I take it back. This card's good. I changed my mind. No, this card's great. Changed my mind.
All right. I'll let you do that. What do we have next? We're in the uncommon section.
Ooh, well, we have Gruul Beastmaster. I'm a fan of Beastmaster, by the way. There's a wild Beastmaster last time, and that card was quite good.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
For 4,
I told
2,
you about
3.
my turn 3 kill in standard, right? I must have.
Yeah, you draw. Well, yeah, it's playing so many things.
So, Gruul Beastmaster, 3 and a green, 4 CMC for a human shaman, 2/2 with Riot, of course.
Mm-hmm.
When the Beastmaster attacks, another target creature you control gets +X/+O until end of turn, where X is Gruul Beastmaster's power. I feel like this is a downgrade.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a downgrade over the other Beastmaster.
Yeah, I would totally play the other Beastmaster over this guy.
Yeah. Just one creature, it's not your whole board. That's a huge downside to me, because Wild Beastmaster pumped your entire board. Yeah, and also it also pumped their toughness too. The other thing that I'm looking at here is Zerta Goblin. Red-green for a 2/2 Goblin Berserker with Riot. That's it.
But dude,
I like it.
This is a great card.
Yeah.
I would play this in Limited all the time.
It's not flashy, but it's good. Whether it sees play Yeah, well, whether it sees play in standard or not, it depends on what's good in the format.
Yeah.
But as far as limited, I suspect this will be quite good because I don't think you'd ever take the haste option. You'd probably just take the 3/3, like 2-minute 3/3, and just be
3/3
super
is
far ahead of
awesome.
your opponent.
Yep. So, the last card we want to talk about, it's not really a riot creature. Not really.
No, it's not. It's not even a creature.
It's not even a creature. This set,
it's not.
people are already making memes about, and people are saying that this set is the set of the weak walkers. And this is one of the weak walkers. Domri, Chaos Bringer, is 2 red-green for a legendary planeswalker. Our guild leader, Fool. The reason why we're bringing it up right now instead of waiting till Brawling Pit is because it basically gives all your creatures riot. Every single one. Because +1 at red or green, if that mana is spent on a creature spell, it gains riot.
Yeah. Yeah.
This card can be busted in Brawl or Commander.
I get behind that.
Yeah. It's a slow enough format for you to set this up.
You know, I can't tell if this card is just not good or if the other Domri was just really good.
The other Domri is a lot better. The 3-drop one? Yeah.
No. I mean, there's no question which Domri was better, but I'm trying to decide if this Domri is like objectively bad or if the other Domri was just like,
I mean,
miles better.
there are some special interaction with this Domri, right? Because it basically gives haste.
Yeah, but it's like this Domri is like, you can the +1 ramps you and gives it right. The -3 draws you some cards. The -8, which is so ungodly slow for green-red.
Oh yeah.
It takes you a million turns to cast Domri, a million turns to be able to cast to play the ultimate, and then a million turns for it to be useful because the -8 on this Domri is only, and I emphasize only because I think there should be more, at the beginning of each end step, create a 4/4 red and green beast creature with trample.
Well, think of this in the commander standpoint. When there are 4 people on the table, you have doubling season out on the table, and then you slam Domri out, and then you -8 immediately. And then every time someone passes a turn, you get a 4/4.
That's true. Okay. All right, I take it back. In the slower formats, I think Domri could be really good. In standard, I think this is going to be hot trash.
Oh yeah, I don't think this will see play in standard, but I could be wrong.
Unless there's like a Super Friends deck or something. This card is probably a sideboard card.
I don't see this card being played in standard, to be honest.
I think I do. I think it's gonna be. I think it sees play in the sideboard. For greener decks mid range if it's a deck against control.
Yeah.
Because the -3 can be quite good for keeping you up with gas.
Yeah.
The other Domri though is just it's just head and shoulders better. The other Domri.
Yeah, I like the other Domri better. And even as a riot giver, this is not the only one in the set. It's crazy. We also have an enchantment called Rhythm of Savagery, which is 1 red-green that says creature spells you control can't be countered, and non-token creatures you control have riot.
I'm interested in this card. I really would like to see where this goes.
So one thing that everyone is talking about already is interaction with persist.
Yeah,
and
that's the thing.
You can do things with Genalundra, Kitchen Sphinx.
Yeah, this is just a replacement for like Malira or the other white dude, the white guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent replacement. So it's curious to see how this will impact those decks. Now, as far as I know, they're not being played in, like modern and the like. But for the casual formats like EDH, we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see if this shakes stuff up.
I think I will challenge myself in building a deck around this. I really want to do this. But this card is probably the most interesting card I've seen so far of the whole set. One of them, anyways. One of them. What do we have next?
Well, I think going by the order that we introduced them, it looks like we have Afterlife.
Ooh.
So this card, Seraph of the Scales, 2 white black, 4 CMC for an Angel 4/3 flyer. You can pay white. Seraph of the Scales gains Vigilance till end of turn, or you can pay black and it gains Death Touch till end of turn. And it has Afterlife too, which means when it dies, you get to make 2 1/1 white and black spirit creature tokens with flying.
Yeah, it's like
Note that it does need to die. It's not leave the battlefield. It has to die.
it's like what else can we jam on this card to make it better? Oh,
There's
like let's give it Afterlife too.
Well, I think they should have given it lifelink.
Yeah.
Or at least make you pay for the lifelink. Because, I don't know. Like, despite it having all this text on it, I actually don't think this card is that good.
Are you serious? This card's really good. It's two white black for 4/3 flyer.
Let's get it out of the way. Like, in limited, this is like, you slam this card, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, for constructed, so for standard, I actually don't think this card is going to get played. Unless, like, black, white, aggro is a thing. I don't know. It's tough to say. I know I'm gonna get memed on, and I'm gonna be like, hey, you said this card wouldn't get played in standard, and then it like totally gets played in standard. I don't know. It's just something about this just rubs me the wrong way. I feel like it doesn't do enough when it hits the field, but it does have the Afterlife ability, so
that's fair.
know.
That's fair. I think we'll agree to disagree. I think this card's quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, I could be the one who gets meme on. It might be really bad. I just think it's really good.
Yeah.
And there are already angel support in standard, so
if there's angel support, then I think this card should be quite good. My assertion is just if black white aggro is a thing, or sorry, black white X aggro is a thing, or angels are a thing, then you'll see play. Otherwise, I doubt you'll see too much play.
Yeah.
No. That's just me. All right, and then looks like we also have Tide Taker.
Hate Bear.
1 in a white, 2 mana, 2/1 human soldier. During your turn, spells your opponent cast cost 1 more to cast. That's nice. And the same thing applies to abilities, unless they're mana abilities. So it's like you're taxing them, you know? You're just making them pay more for their stuff.
He's taking the tithe.
Yep. And it's Afterlife 1.
It doesn't take the tithe anymore after it dies. It just becomes a ghost.
It doesn't.
Poor guy.
I like this card, though. I think this is a good card.
Of course, good, yeah. It's a good hate bear, and what dies, it becomes a 1/1.
I hate hate bears, though, to be honest. So I played hate bears for a while in Modern. Like, every single set, there's always new hate bears.
Yeah. Hate bears are hateful. The best one is still Galactique. Oh my gosh, this card goes into Galactique.
Yeah, I want to point out that Wizards of the Coast is promoting hateful ideas and ideology, ideas and topics and themes. Look at all the hate bears. Look at the hate bears deck. It's so hateful.
Oh my gosh.
And I want to also point out that the hate deck, or the hate bears deck, it only plays white and green. There's no black in there. Terrible. Terrible. You know, now that I say that, they're gonna put a black hate bear in.
Here's a judge question for you, Jacob.
Alright, what's up, dude?
Tide Taker and Galactique. What happens? Alright, so Galactique is green and white. Or 2/2 that says non-creature spells with converted mana cost 4 or greater can be cast. And non-creature spell of X and their mana cost can be cast. Now, does the Tide Taker's +1 casting cost affect?
I think it would. Well, okay, so if you're the one playing both those cards, it will work the way you want it to. Whereas, like, they can't cost 3 or more because they cost 1 extra.
Is it really?
I that's my gut feeling. Yeah.
All right. Brawlers, let us know.
He doesn't even know, guys. He doesn't even know.
All right, what else do we have after Afterlife?
After Afterlife, we have Adapt.
Whoa. You mean
yes.
you die after you die and then you adapt?
Yes, exactly. It's not the other way around.
Whoa.
So for Adapt, I think one of the flashier cards so far is Zagana. Of course, the return of Zagana. All hail Zagana.
Return to Ravnica?
Absolutely. And this Zagana is called the Utopian Speaker. 2 blue-green for a 4/4 legendary Merfolk Wizard.
We
I don't know
have
why Zagana
enough
wouldn't be
legendary
legendary,
Merfolk. Jeez.
Yeah. When Zagana enters the battlefield, if you control another creature with a +1/+1 counter on it, draw a card.
My gosh.
Pretty good. And for 6 mana, 4 green blue, you can adapt 4, which means you can put 4 1/1 counters on Zagana if she does not already have counters on it. And finally, wait, there's more. Each creature with a 1/1 counter on it that you control has trample.
My gosh.
Yep. And you thought I was done after that. I'm not done.
I thought you were totally done.
No. But wait, there's more. Yeah, they literally had to jam all this text on the card. I'm not done. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
There's a Simic little watermark on the back. No, that was a
Oh
joke.
my
That's actually that's actually the entire card.
Oh my gosh.
I had to get him. I had to get him.
You got me.
You know, for as much as I'm biased against blue-green, it's a pretty good card.
It is. I mean,
I think the other Zagana is better, but that's just me.
if this card fits into the other Sakana perfectly.
Is that like a flavor fail? If you're playing Zagana Prime Speaker, and then you play this Zagana?
No, because they're adapting.
Okay.
She cloned herself.
Oh, but wait, is cloning an adaptation?
Cloning is a Simic thing. It's like what they do.
Okay. It's true.
Yeah. So I would say it could be an adaptation for the clone. The clone is trying to adapt. And the original one is still trying to speak primely.
Okay, okay.
She's just like standing there and go 1, 2, 3, 5, 7.
Okay. What's the 11th prime number then from 1?
I don't want to know.
I don't want to know either. What do we have next? Tell me.
We have Growth Chamber Guardian, which is 1 and a green for a 2/2 elf crab warrior. Let's dwell on that for a second.
Like the crab rave meme?
Yeah. It's an elf crab warrior. Okay. I'm done with that.
There's 3 creature types here, guys.
3 creature types. Most of them have 3 creature types in this guild, which is awesome.
That's crazy.
2 of them are Raven, elf and warrior. That's great.
What about the crab? Come on.
Forget the crab.
Jeez.
Right.
Jeez.
2 and a green for Adept 2.
I'm gonna make a crab deck now. I'm gonna put all the tribal benefits in there, and I'm gonna name crab every time.
Okay.
And there's nothing you can do to stop me.
2 and a green for an Adept 2. It's pretty good. Whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters are put on Growth Chamber Guardian, you may search your library for a card named Growth Chamber Guardian, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library.
Can I have I'm gonna say a pro tip right here. Don't play this in EDH or Brawl.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Don't do it.
Yup.
And we're not gonna tell them why. They gotta figure it out themselves.
You gotta think about it, yeah. Figure it out yourself. I believe in you, Brawlers. You can do it.
Yeah, no, they definitely can.
Yeah.
But as far as standard and limited goes, I think all the adapt cards are looking pretty good. I think it's really important how they made all the adapt cards like fairly statted for their costs, like without paying the adapt cost.
Yeah.
That's really important.
That
like if they just made them totally unplayable until you
no one would
pay
play
the extra
Simic.
mana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you jinxed yourself because the next card is 3 and a blue for a 2/3 Falcon Rogue Mutant called Skatewing Spy. 4 for a 2/3. That's 5 and a blue for a Depth 2. Each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it has flying.
I really jinxed myself there. This card is hot trash.
This card is not as trashy as you think if you're in the Merfolk deck because while it itself is not a Merfolk, it gives off them flying. Even though I don't know why that's relevant because
You know, can I just say this?
Card.
I'm getting wait, hold on. Like I feel like this is the modern day slivers, but just with counters instead.
Yeah, I don't know. There's already there's
like instead like look at the card text so far. Each creature you control with a counter has flying. Each creature you control has trample with a counter on it.
I mean,
like you know.
I just want to say, I just want to say that there is a card in standard right now that says 3 and a blue for 2/3 that says each creature with a +1/+1 counter on it has unblockable, basically.
That's what I'm saying. It's like just replace that first bit with slivers. Like slivers you control have flying. Slivers you control have flying. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm getting the slivers vibe with the adapt cards so far.
That's fair. That's fair. What else do we got?
Now all we gotta do now is just find sources of counters that don't involve the expensive adapt costs.
Yeah. All right.
This card looks pretty cool. Looks like a lizard dude.
Lizard
Troll
dude.
Bred Guardian. I know I just said he looks like a lizard dude, but he's a troll frog warrior, so that, you know, we're kind of close.
Dude.
But he looks like a lizard man. He actually looks like a lizard man. Come on. Anyways, he's a 5 and a 5/5, 4 and a green. And the adapt cost is 2 and a green for adapt 2. And each creature you control with a counter on it has trample.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
This is going to be great in limited. I mean, 5 and a 5/5s are just okay. In fact, you actually kind of stray away from vanilla 5 and a 5/5s in limited. But like you could pay 3 mana and now it's literally the biggest thing on the board.
Yeah.
Like uncontested. And it has trample.
Yeah.
So this card is going to be pretty good.
I would say it's alright.
And yeah, now for constructed, probably not going to see play. You know, there are better things to do with 5 mana usually in constructed. Yeah. And I look forward to playing this in limited though.
Good card in limited.
Yep.
It's a 5 for a 5/5, like you said. And it gives itself it gives itself trample. Next up, we have Homunculus, which is 1 green blue for a 2/3 homunculus mutant with flying. 2 green blue for adept 1.
You know, I think this is a good card without the adapt.
This is a good card without the adapt.
And then the adapt is just gravy. It's like not a lot of gravy. It's just like a little bit of gravy.
Yeah.
No, you know, maybe you don't even count it gravy. It's just like a little bit of butter.
Yeah, it's a good card. That's good gravy. What do we have next?
We have a Steroform Hybrid. 1 and a green for a 2/2. Human Lizard Warrior. This one is actually a lizard man this time. I got it this time. And that's it. Just a 2-mana 2/2.
Wow. It's human lizard warrior.
But it does have 4 green, adapt 4. So it's a bear. But pay 6 mana and make it a big bear.
Damn.
Yeah, you know, I'm not sure if this is a high pick, but it's not a bad card.
It is not a bad pick. I would say this is like a 3 out of 5. Like you would happily pick this.
Yeah, I think it's definitely not a first pick. And it's definitely not one of your first few picks.
Yeah.
But I think this is like halfway through the pack kind of pick.
This won't stick around for very long.
Yeah. And then lastly, we have Simic Ascendancy.
Which is not
really actually a creature.
Not really a creature. Doesn't really have a depth.
It's an enchantment. Green-blue. So that's a reasonable cost for an enchantment. It has an ability, 1 green-blue. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Okay. Now here's where the real good stuff is. Whenever 1 or more counters are put on a creature you control, 1/1 counters, by the way, not just any type, put that many growth counters on Simic Ascendancy. Let's take Mr. Lizardman, for example. Adapt 4, put 4 1/1 counters on him. You get to put 4 growth counters on Simic Ascendancy, this enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Simic Ascendancy has 20 or more growth counters on it, you win the game.
Oh my gosh. I love this card.
And there are effects to move counters around.
There are. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so you could if you could just like move the counters back and forth, that counts as putting counters on a new thing.
Yeah, and you just went out of nowhere. I like this card a lot.
Yeah, this card looks pretty legit.
Yeah, the reason why we brought this card up is because it all of a sudden all the adapts mean something else. It means you're winning the game every time you adapt.
Yeah, so now that when we do our winning the game deck again, we have to put this one in it. I'm dreading the day. I'm dreading the day already.
Gosh. All right, we have gone through a lot of cards within our 5 guilds. Before we go into the 1 gate support card that we can see right now, I want to bring up an honorable mention because I really, really like this card text. It is Homunculus, which is 4 and a blue for a 2/5 homunculus with hexproof.
You mean homunculus?
Homunculus? Homunculus. Homunculus? Homunculus.
So you might be thinking, why in the world are we telling you this? Well, the flavor text is actually the answer.
Searching the city for Thibblefip felt like sifting the rain of a single drop of blood. He is totally lost.
So sad.
Where is Thibblefip?
I don't know.
I think last time we
looks like-
saw Thibblefip was... Last time we saw Thibblefip was like... I don't know.
Ages ago.
Years ago. Eons ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you look at the art, it's a homunculus kind of looking.
Yeah,
it's like a cyclops kind of
Yeah,
thing.
maybe he's Thibblefip's brother or something.
Maybe? Yeah, it looks like he's looking for him.
Yeah.
I hope he finds him. He looks really sad.
He looks really sad. He's like, where are you, Thibblefip? It's time
And
for
it's
dinner.
raining. He looks depressed. Like he's looking up at the sky like, oh, why me?
Yeah.
So sad. I hope he
Yeah.
finds him.
I hope he finds him too. Oh my gosh.
I
Last
hope
time,
Thibblefip stops being lost.
yeah, last time we saw Thibblefip actually was last set, March of the Multitudes. He got mixed up with Celestia people.
The first time we saw Totally Lost was in Gate Crash.
It was.
It was, and that was the birth of something amazing.
That was.
And I also want to note the flavor text for Totally Lost has never changed. It's always been the same flavor text.
What is it?
Thibblefip has always hated crowds.
Why would it
And-
go to the March of the Multitudes place? That's like the literal opposite of hating crowd.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I just really hope that Thibblefip, you know. Well, I hope he's okay. I hope he gets found.
hope he gets found too.
Yeah.
Alright.
I hope this guy stops being sad. Now I'm sad. My entire day is ruined now.
Aww. Alright, before we close the episode out, I want to bring up the 1 gate support card added to this set. And it is Gate Colossus, which is an 8-drop for an 8/8 artifact creature construct. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each gate you control. It can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. And whenever a gate enters the battlefield under your control, you may put Gate Colossus from your graveyard on top of your library. This card is busted.
Is it though?
In the gate deck it is.
I just want to say, look, I want to have 8 gates out, okay? And then...
Oh my gosh. The value is free! And who doesn't like
And you know what? They said hollowing was a problem.
Yep. My gosh. So, that's a lot of cards. What do you think of this set so far? We haven't seen everything
I'm really
yet.
excited for the set. I'm really excited.
You are?
Yeah, it looks like a good set. I mean, it's Ravnica. Come on, it can't be a bad
Yeah,
set.
it is Ravnica. Is Riot still your favorite mechanic after going through all these?
Yeah. Yeah,
It
I
is?
think Riot's still probably my favorite mechanic.
Okay. Yeah, I think
Did
so
yours
too.
change?
Mine didn't change, but, you know, the persist combo kind of sold me. I really like that combo. You know,
Have you considered just playing Abs and Company in Modern?
I mean, yeah, I definitely have a place of Coco. But what's your second favorite mechanic?
I hate them all so much.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, not really hate. It's more just like...
Hate
Riot
is the first
just
strong
so-
word.
It is. No, okay, I take it back. Spectacle. Spectacle is probably my
Like
second favorite.
spectacle? Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe you are the drum player.
Well, it's aggressive, you know?
Yeah.
I anything green red except blue.
Yeah.
No, blue sucks.
I think I'm gonna get beamed on, but my second favorite is actually Addendum.
Okay, no, I respect that.
Yeah, it you know, it's boring, right? It's just a card that allows you to do
It is
extra
entirely.
things.
It is so boring.
But you know, it is. Imagine if Sphinx's Revelation has Addendum on it.
Okay, what would the addendum be?
Draw X cards.
So you just draw X cards twice.
Yeah.
Would that actually be good?
Would that not be? Or
Well, like main phasing Sphinx, and the upside is you get to draw double cards.
how about put each permanent you don't control into their owner's hand?
Oh my god, that'd be so good. That'd be busted. You would, dude. You would literally just play a 3-minute like Sphinx for Zero, just cycloning Rift Overload. You wouldn't even be playing it for the draw spell anymore.
Let's balance it a little bit. Let's say X has to be 10 or greater.
Oh my, what? 13 mana, draw 10, gain. Okay, I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like the game is probably just over at that point.
That's why we're not game designers. But what do you think? What is your favorite mechanic of the set? What is your second favorite? Let us know below in the comments, or whatever platform you choose to use. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Brawling Pit. Find us on Reddit at r/Brawling Pit. You can email us at brawlingpitmtg@gmail.com, or you can always visit our official website at brawlingpit.com. As always, I've been Johnathan, and he's been Jacob. Thanks for listening. So, Jacob.
What's up, dude?
I start waking up at 4:30 every single day.
Why?
Because it's a meme amongst YouTubers. Like, you're not a real YouTuber if you don't wake up at 4:30. That's what all the vloggers do. Hey, look at me. I woke up at 4:30. Or like,
why? Wait, does it count? Well, wait. So does it count if you stay up till 4:30?
No. You have to have slept and then wake up at 4:30.
Okay, can you explain why this is a meme? Because I don't get it.
Because it's free. It's basically content. Once you have accomplished it, you can make a video about how to do it or how you do it. All of them are like super anecdotes, but it's what people do. And turns out they're they all perform pretty well, because there are people who legit want to do this thing. Yeah, it's like a habit of like super successful people. I do see how it's helping me, right? Like I'm getting a lot more done in the morning than versus when I get home from work and I'm like tired as hell. I'm getting a lot more done in the morning, but still, I'm doing it for the meme.
Okay.
Have you done anything for the meme lately?
I mean, my life is a meme, so I mean.
I mean, your life is like dull and dark.
What's that supposed to mean?
The meme lord. You don't know who dull and dark is?
No.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, brawlers. I'm gonna take this offline with him. Next week he'll be able to tell you what dull and dark is.
I don't want to know.